Hi everyone, I'm Andrea. Thanks for watching my channel. So it's Friday night and I am getting ready to write, which if I've learned one thing over the past few weeks, it's that I do not work best at night, but this is how the timing worked out today, so I'm getting to writing now and I'm gonna see what I can do. I have had a decent amount of caffeinated coffee today, so I feel like it should be good. So last year, or maybe it was even earlier this year, it's been a long year. But anyway, I was at a writing conference and someone asked the presenter, like, what do you do if you don't have much time to write? Like, how do you get more writing done? And the presenter, if I'm being honest, was a little condescending and said, there's only so many hours in a day. If you don't have time to write, you don't have time to write. Like, you can't make more time. And I was a little disappointed in that answer because I think there are a lot of ways to get words on the page that people don't always think of. And so I wanted to do a video today of me trying out some different ways I use to write. So I'm going to do 10-minute sprints trying out 5 different ways to write. The first one is just going to be on the computer. So that's where I think I'll get the most words down, just because that is how I write the most often. I also find a lot of ways to distract myself when I write on the computer. So I'm going to try out using my AlphaSmart keyboard, which I have talked about before, but this, it doesn't have the internet, so there's no way to get distracted by that, at least. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to handwrite in my notebook here. I'm going to do voice to text on my phone, which I can't hold up because I am recording on my phone, and then I'm going to try typing on my phone. So I'll talk about each of those a little bit as I do them, but I'm going to first get started typing on my computer for 10 minutes and let's see how it goes. Alright, so I wrote on my computer for 10 minutes. I got 372 words, so that felt like a pretty good writing session. Some of them were pretty rough, but still, it's words on the page. So next I'm going to try writing on the AlphaSmart keyboard for 10 minutes. I've talked about this before, but I just love how portable it is. It's pretty sturdy. I've thrown it in a bag and carried it around with me before. It turns on really quickly and takes away that internet distraction. So I like even using it around the house too. My only complaint is how hard the keys are to push because I tend to miss letters and words then, but that's future Andrea's problem when I go back to edit. So I'm gonna do this for 10 minutes and see how that goes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Alright, so I just finished the sprint on the AlphaSmart keyboard, and then I ran out and got myself a giant scoop of ice cream and ate it because I needed a snack while I wrote. So I feel good now. So now to get the word count from this, it just plugs right into the computer. So I will do that and see how many words I got this time. It's easy for most people. There we go. Alright, so I got 417 words on the AlphaSmart keyboard, which was a little surprising that I did better than on the computer, but I was more excited about what I was writing at that point, so that might have had something to do with it, but that was still a pretty good run in 10 minutes. There is a lot of spelling mistakes, but again, easy enough fixes. So next I'm going to be doing voice to text, and I just do that on my phone, just talk to my phone. I've done this a couple ways. I've used Google Docs, and then I've also used an app called Otter AI, and they both work pretty well. I'll probably use Otter this time. It gives some punctuation then, and with Google Docs you do have to say every bit of punctuation. I mean, they both come out kind of messy, but I do think it's a fun way to write once in a while because I like to just talk and see what comes out, because sometimes it surprises me. So I'm going to give that a try now for 10 minutes and see how that goes. Alright, so I just did my voice to text session, and it was nice because I was able to do other things with my hands. I just set my phone down and talked into it, and let's see, I just sent it to myself. When I used Otter, you can then like export it and email it to yourself, so I did that. I got 677 words in 10 minutes doing voice to text. I like the Otter AI app just because it doesn't stop. I know on Google Docs when I've used it before, if you pause for too long, it stops like listening to you and transcribing, and that's a problem for me because I do have to stop and think through things once in a while, so I kind of like that Otter will just let you keep going even if you pause. So next I'm going to go back on my phone, but this time I'm going to try typing on my phone. We'll see. I feel like I am a little old to be very successful at this. So we'll see. I haven't ever really done like a lot of writing on my phone. You know, I've made a note here and there before, but I've never like sat down and thought I'm going to write for 10 minutes on my phone. But I do think that this could be a really nice option if you're, you know, waiting in line somewhere. Just pull up your Google Doc and, you know, get some writing done, you know, just little pockets of time here and there. So I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes. So in 10 minutes of typing on my phone, I got 214 words. So my lowest word count so far of the things I've tried, but still I think it could be one of the most convenient ways to get words down because, you know, if you're like me, you always have your phone with you, and there are, you know, there's usually times when you're like waiting in line somewhere, or you know, you just have a few minutes and you're not in front of your computer or something else, and you can just pull up that document and get some words down, you know, even do like a 2-minute word sprint or something just to get something down. And so I did still enjoy it. It wasn't quite as hard as I was expecting it to be. I did make a fair number of spelling mistakes. That seems to be my biggest issue throughout on anything other than the computer. Well, even on the computer, I have found that Scrivener does some really nice autocorrects, so I guess I may just be really bad at spelling in general, and I'm just usually saved by technology. On my phone, the autocorrect was less on the nose than I found on Scrivener, but it's still, you know, tried, and I still got some fairly coherent story written. So the last thing I'm going to try is handwriting. The 10 minutes of handwriting I think is going to be about right for me. My biggest concern is that I won't be able to read it after I'm done, because when I try to write fast, it gets ugly. But I'll see what I can do. Alright, so I just wrote for 10 minutes by hand, and yeah, I'm not used to writing by hand. That was a little rough for that long. But I am going to type this up right away because I don't know if you can see that, but it is messy, and I think if I wait even an hour, I may forget what I wrote. So I'm going to get that done right away. I do feel like it was almost easier to keep writing than I was finding with the other methods. I don't know if that's just because of the place I was at in the story, or, you know, I do feel like it unlocks a certain like part of your brain when you write by hand. So I do enjoy doing it for very small chunks because, like I said, oh man, and then any lefties will understand I have like the pen streaks on my hand from writing. But I'm going to type this up and see how many words I got. I've got like 2.5 handwritten pages on like a smaller notebook size. So let's see what that comes out to word-wise. So after typing that up, I got 280 words in 10 minutes handwriting. I probably should balance that out a little because it did take me about 5 minutes then to type it up, and yeah, there were already a few places that I was questioning what I had written, so I don't know if I should speed write handwriting, but like I said, I did enjoy it. I got the most words doing voice to text. Was 677. Second place was the Alpha Smart with 417. Then the computer with 327 and handwriting with 280, and the lowest one was typing on the phone with 214. In 50 minutes, 5 different 10-minute word sprints, I wrote 1,960 words. I could see this being a really great way to do a first draft of your book. And again, you know, just finding those pockets of time. You could be different places for some of these methods and just getting some words down on the page. I think I'm going to start trying, you know, using these different methods a little more, because right now I do probably like 99% of my writing on my computer, which, you know, works out great too, but I can see how mixing it up a little can really help with the creativity and just being able to move around a little more. So please comment down below and let me know, how do you get words on the page? Do you like doing short writing sprints? Do you work mostly on your computer? Do you mix in some handwriting or voice to text? I'd love to hear all about it, and thank you so much for watching. I will be back soon with a new video. Bye!